Okay, so we're back, and I just finished telling Carrie that it was a pretty good segment considering we've been gone for almost 2 weeks. Except for I got a little stupid with the toys, but that's okay. I'm forgiven, right, Carrie?
Of course.
Of course. I love how she hesitates and then tells me, "Of course." Yes, that'll give me a complex.
Yeah.
And hi, Merlin. You're awfully chill. Um. Okay, so we talked about Depeche Mode. We talked about your Pink Panther stuff.
Okay, you know what?
What?
I'll give this to you to talk about your man music.
Oh, I can talk about man music.
Yeah.
What man music am I allowed to speak of? Is it open forum?
Well, good man music.
Oh, good man music. Oh, man, you've given me the flow. Oh, so I can't talk about Trace Atkins or Tim
No.
McGraw.
No.
Hey, those are real men, by the way. They sing country, but they're real men.
Well, the realer men are the rocking ones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm all about Metallica. I'm going to need a
There you
Metallica
go.
fix after that Depeche Mode you made me listen to.
Hey.
Oh, and you know, and I'll pick up on that Depeche Mode because what I started to say too was that it's not it doesn't make my skin grow. D-Rock's gonna love this. I'm giving Depeche Mode more compensation.
Yeah.
But what I told Karen, especially with this CD, I could hear that if this were in a movie background, I'd be totally fine with it. But excuse me, if I want mellow music, which I guess for you that's kind of what this is, kind of more that trippy, mellow out, whatever. If I'm going to listen to that, I want to listen to R&B. I want to listen to some Tony Rich. I want to listen to Gerald Levert. I want to get into some reggae, like Sean Paul. Of course, it's a little more dancehall. That's not really mellow, but
Yeah.
you kind of see where I'm going though. Is my sense of dance and I actually got into Ti, which is funny because before I met Curtis, I had no idea. I didn't really know anything about Ti.
Yeah.
And then of course he got in trouble for the guns and whatever, and Curtis showed me the kind of man he is when he stood by him, and then I heard Paper Trail. That's a great CD actually. So I guess we're talking about man music. So I'm just gonna go all over the board. That's what you're gonna discover about me. Part of that's because I'm a creative. Part of that is just because I am who I am. And
Hello.
I'm all over the board. Hi, Maddox. Love you, W. Actually, my sister Deidre, who I was having lunch with earlier, she was watching the videos for the first time. I actually got to see them with sounds. Now she understands what test vlog is about. And she actually called me out for the fact that I'll start on one topic, and then I go over here, and then I work my way back around the path, but then I go right across the path and go over to here.
I think we both do that.
Yeah, well, we feed off each other, I think.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, yeah, that's... what else? Well, of course, they know I like Metallica. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned my love of Metallica and Ozzy before, even in...
No, that was the
maybe
one.
maybe in passing,
That-
or it was a
no.
corrupted file, I don't remember.
No, that was the one that we didn't let go because I was mean.
Oh, that's right, the Prednisone monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually, the last time we taped, and I don't think I haven't even posted those yet.
Nah.
I haven't posted any of that stuff.
No, so you're just...
Okay, well, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We may or may not ever post that because we actually did that afternoon, then we came back that night and taped some more. And
that night.
actually, most of the night was good. It was just that last 15 minutes you started to get kind of, you got grouchy, and then of course I responded to it, and then unfortunately it just kind of came to a head, and we cut off the camera, and then we got over it, and after what? Hey, you two. Morgan, why are you messing with Handy again? Thank you. I love you. I wish YouTubers could see why I'm yelling at them. No, not really. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Metallica. In fact, I seem like we had this conversation. Well, we're gonna have it again
Yeah.
because we're gonna talk about my man music, and this also means that we both like.
Yeah. I like
Because
Metallica.
I've kind of put out there stuff that you're okay with, but not necessarily. Well, just like me and your music, you're okay
Yeah.
with it, but it's
I
nothing
do
you.
not like country.
Well, no,
That's-
no.
No. And I can handle the R&B stuff.
Yeah,
It's
or
not
the hip hop.
not my cup of tea.
Because Ti is not R&B.
Well,
Hip hop. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like that other side of the.
Of course, you
dial.
like that Kanye West, that '80s album.
I did like Kanye West.
So that was kind of
new
fun.
CD.
You kind of caught me off guard with liking that, actually.
I caught myself off guard with that too. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, back to the Metallica conversation we're having. It's kind of funny because we both like Metallica, but we have very different reasons that we like them. Like I think I have 3 albums that I really, really like with Metallica. Actually, no, I've got several that I like. But if I had a sequence in them in order of ones I like and that come to mind, the Black Album is my top favorite Metallica album. I love, and the Black Album is really what got me into them. Because when I was younger and they first came out, of course, my parents had a lot of influence on what I would listen to or not listen to. And I was pretty straight-laced as a kid, so if my parents didn't like it, I just kind of took them at their word and didn't like it. I was kind of an unusual kid that way. I didn't really have my own musical identity until I got a little older and kind of spread my wings, so to say. But anyway, so the Black Album's my top favorite. After that, I love the Symphony one, Metallica S&M. I think that one is just, I love that one. That's one I listen to a lot. After that, I start going back into the catalog stuff. I love Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning. I want to hear Justice for All a little bit more before I can put it up there like my top 5 list. But Death Magnetic. And this is actually started our conversation last time because we talked about, for some reason we talked about Some Kind of Monster, the movie.
Yeah.
And we talked about how, kind of like the documentary stuff. And I said the one thing about Saint Anger, there were a couple songs I liked, but what bothered me is it was like they were trying too hard to go back to that original sound. Not quite as far back as Kill 'Em All, which I still don't really get into Kill 'Em All. It's a little too raw for me. But they were trying to recapture Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning and even Justice for All. And they tried too hard. It was real obvious. I think sometimes you got to be careful about trying to recapture, a sound. But however, the new Metallica, Death Magnetic, I really like.
I haven't really heard it yet.
No, I'll have to.
I've heard like bits and pieces, but
I think it's because it's been in my truck and we haven't really had a chance to listen to it.
yeah, we usually listen to
I don't know that you're gonna like it as much because it really is a throwback to the stuff you're not like. Because Carrie really likes.
I like Load, Reload,
Black. And then Black.
Yeah, or not in that order. I like them.
Well, those are the 3 that you tend to gravitate to.
Yeah.
We have Garage Days. I don't think I've ever listened to it.
You'd probably like it better than I did because
Okay.
it's more.
I know it's like cover band or it's like cover song. They're covering other people's
Yeah.
songs. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I like their version of Turn the Page and.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it at all. I've seen it, but I wasn't interested. I heard it was a cover album. I wasn't interested. But maybe maybe I'll go back. In fact, I'm sure I will. It's just a matter of digging it up. But because Death Magnetic is what I think it was Some Kind of Monster and Death Magnetic because we went from Saint Anger to the new one. Oh, there goes my buzzer. So I got my man music in. Didn't get to do my next shout out, but we'll save that for the next segment because I have some news that I want to share with everybody, and I want to give a special shout out to a special friend that I've just made that has embraced Carrie and I both. Do you want to know who it is? Then you need to come back for the next segment. So, no music as I come around the corner this time. Just gonna hit stop, and we'll be back in a few minutes, folks.